At the very edge of the map, where the Pacific Ocean collides with the frozen silence of the Russian Far East, lies a land that time seems to have forgotten. This is Kamchatka, a jagged 600-mile peninsula of fire and ice, severed from the rest of the world by a sea of fog and a history of isolation. Here, the earth is still being born, the crust is thin, the air is thick with the scent of sulfur, and the landscape is governed by a primordial rhythm that predates the arrival of man. To step onto this soil is to leave the modern world behind and enter a realm of giants. Look across the horizon. It is a skyline of triangles, a jagged row of over 300 volcanoes, 29 of them still breathing, still restless. This is the heart of the Ring of Fire. Among them stands Klichevskaya Sopka, the highest active volcano in Eurasia. It is a perfect, terrifying cone of obsidian and ash rising nearly 15,000 feet into the sky. It does not just erupt. It transforms the world around it. You are watching a paradox. While the rest of the world seeks balance, Kamchatka thrives on chaos. Here, fire does not just destroy, it creates. The ground beneath your feet is alive. Even in the depths of a winter that lasts 9 months, where the temperature plunges to 40 degrees below zero, the earth remains hot. Steam rises from the snow like the breath of a hidden beast. You can stand in a drift of white powder and feel the heat of the magma chambers radiating through your boots. It is a constant battle between the freezing sky and the boiling earth. Rivers here do not always freeze. Some run hot, fueled by geothermal veins that turn the landscape into a sprawling, natural laboratory of the impossible. But there are places on this peninsula where even the earth's heat offers no comfort. Deep within the Kronotsky Reserve lies the Valley of Death. It is a narrow, deceptively quiet canyon at the foot of the Kikpinich volcano. There is a terrifying stillness here. No birds sing, no insects buzz. The ground is littered with the bleached bones of bears, foxes, and wolverines. A silent, invisible killer drifts through the air. Heavy clouds of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide that pool in the hollows of the valley floor. To enter this place is to walk into a chemical trap. It is a stark reminder that in Kamchatka, nature does not care about your survival. It is a land of beautiful, indifferent cruelty. Yet, where there is death, there is also an explosion of life. Travel south to Kurile Lake, a massive caldera formed by a cataclysmic eruption 8,000 years ago. Today, it is the site of one of the greatest spectacles on the planet. As the summer sun finally breaks through the mist, millions of sockeye salmon begin their final, desperate journey from the ocean back to these turquoise waters. They turn the rivers into a pulsing ribbon of crimson. This is the heartbeat of the peninsula. And where the fish go, the masters of Kamchatka follow. The Kamchatka brown bear. These are some of the largest predators on Earth, weighing over half a ton. In the peak of the season, hundreds of them congregate along the shores of the lake. In any other part of the world, this density of predators would lead to a bloodbath. But here, there is a tense, unspoken truce. There is enough for everyone. You see them standing in the rushing white water, their fur matted with spray, catching silver and red flashes in their jaws. They are the guardians of this wilderness, ancient and powerful, living in a world that has not changed for 10,000 years. Further into the interior, the landscape shifts again, turning into a kaleidoscope of colors that seem entirely alien. The Uzan caldera is a 6-mile-wide collapsed volcano that has become a steaming bowl of geothermal wonders. It is a place of bubbling mud pots, neon yellow sulfur springs, and toxic lakes that shimmer with an iridescent, oily film. The earth here is a palette of ochre, emerald, and violet. It looks like the surface of a distant planet, a place where life should be impossible. And yet, extremophile bacteria thrive in these boiling acids, reminding us that life is far more resilient than we can imagine. The weather here is a character of its own. It is unpredictable and violent. Cyclones from the Pacific scream across the mountains, burying the land in 20 feet of snow in a single week. The wind can strip the paint from a helicopter and turn the sky into a white void where horizon and ground become one. For much of the year, Kamchatka is a fortress of ice, impenetrable and silent. The few who live on the fringes of this wilderness, the indigenous Koryak and Itelmen people, have learned to respect this silence. They know that you do not conquer this land, you merely endure it. There is a strange, haunting beauty in the geology of this place. The basalt pillars of the coast, hammered by the freezing surf, look like the ruins of a submerged cathedral. The black sand beaches, formed from pulverized volcanic rock, stretch for miles under a leaden sky. When the sun finally sets, it casts a blood-orange glow over the smoking peaks, and for a moment, the entire peninsula looks like it is burning. It is a sight that fills you with a profound sense of insignificance. Humans are a very recent addition to this story. For decades, the entire region was a closed military zone, a forbidden frontier that was off-limits even to most Russians. This forced isolation preserved Kamchatka, keeping it as one of the last truly untouched wildernesses on the globe. There are no highways connecting this peninsula to the mainland. There are no sprawling cities in its heart. To move through this terrain is to rely on ancient instincts and the mercy of the elements. As you fly over the endless tundra, you see the scars of history written in the rock. Lava flows that have frozen into black rivers, craters that have become crystal-clear lakes, and forests that have been buried and reborn a dozen times over. It is a land in a state of perpetual transformation. It is a reminder that the world is not a finished product, but a living, breathing, and often violent process. In the modern age, we have mapped every corner of our planet, tamed its forests, and dammed its rivers. We have made the world small and predictable. But Kamchatka remains large. It remains wild. It is a place where the dragons of the earth still breathe fire, where the ice still holds its secrets, and where the human spirit is forced to confront its own fragility. We look at these smoking peaks and frozen valleys and realize that we are merely guests in a much older story. Kamchatka does not need us. It does not notice us. It continues its cycle of eruption and erosion, of life and death as it has for eons. It is a place that challenges our understanding of what it means to be alive on this planet. It is the end of the world and the beginning of it, all at once. In the end, we do not come to Kamchatka to see nature. We come to be humbled by it. Would you like me to create a visual shot list to accompany this script, detailing the camera movements and drone angles for each scene?